Hey guys, Jeff in Ohio. Been watching some videos around the internet, um, and in regards to this, all fits into the pre-retirement retirement thing. Now, the videos I've been seeing are dealing with exes, ex-husbands, ex-wives, things like that. Now, and I've always been of this school. When you have an ex-husband or ex-wife or whatever, and you have them, but we all do, you have them, it seems to me you should push them off. They're an ex for a reason, not that you just keep in contact with them. You're done with them, minus kids together or maybe a business arrangement together. Um, Short of that, there's no reason to keep in contact with exes other than that. Any exes I've had, I've just gotten rid of. That's it. Because all they do is clutter up the life going forward. Now, what I saw on the internet, somebody had made a video, is this individual kept getting calls from his ex. Years later, after they were long separated or whatever, getting calls from his ex about problems within the house that his ex was living in, stuck drain or whatever it was. It really didn't matter what the issue was. And then the original person making the video was complaining that his ex kept getting a hold of him. Not because he cared about him or any of these other things. That really doesn't matter. My question is this: why do you complain about your ex is getting a hold of you when they're, I don't know if I'm putting this in the right way. You're whining that your ex keeps getting a hold of you, but yet they still have your number and a point of contact. They're an ex for a reason. Get rid of them. As your life moves forward and maybe another person comes along, and this ex, without the exception of kids or maybe a business arrangement, why do you keep that ex around? Get rid of them. The new person in your life shouldn't have to compete with the ghosts of your past. Get rid of them. But anyway, this person was complaining that their ex keeps calling them. Well, as I'm watching the video, I'm thinking, how are they able to get a hold of you? Why are they able to get a hold of you? They're an ex for a reason. You couldn't get along. Go your separate ways. Leave it at that. Is it just that you just want to keep complaining about an ex? Is that what it's about? It baffles me. If you, it's kind of like a used car, sort of a used car. It starts to give you problems more than you want to sink into it. So you just get rid of it. Maybe some kid takes it or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You don't keep calling the new owner inquiring about the old used car. You move on. Well, to me, people are like that. If they're an ex, you're done with them. You get rid of them. It can't be creeping up into your life, causing problems, and then you getting online and making videos that they are creeping up into your life, causing problems. You allowed it. You allow them a means to get a hold of you. You have kept some sort of connection you shouldn't have. Now, if they went through like 10th and 11th cousins and tracked you way back and they reached you like that, that happens quite a bit. But to have direct contact with you and then you go online and complain that they're calling you, I don't know. It baffles me, folks. Does anyone else think this way? They're an ex for a reason. Be done with them. You know, I I watched a video. I could only take about a minute or two, and I couldn't understand that. You spent the first, you know, 4 minutes complaining about an ex that didn't care about you, this, that. The only reason they wanted you to talk to you is for money or maybe your services as a handyman or whatever it was. But yet, like I said, you allowed them to keep getting a hold of you by being available for them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. I don't keep, like I said, I use the used car analogy. You don't keep a junky used car around and then keep track with the new owner. Hey, how's the old used car going? I know it's maybe not the greatest, but you get what I'm saying. When you do away with something, there's a reason you do away with it. Because it doesn't suit your needs or it's just not compatible, whatever it is. But you get online and you keep complaining. I don't get it. Anybody else think this way? So I don't want to long wind this video like that. So now you say, what does that have to do with retirement or pre-retirement? Okay, now, knowing that scenario I just described for the last 4.5 minutes, when you go into retirement, it's kind of a fresh start. When you think, I would think it's a fresh start to be out with the old, and maybe not in with the new, but in with this. Excuse me. Now that could go with like workplace friends too. Somebody recently told me workplace friends is just kind of a thing that's a forced social environment. And that's okay. It works to get you through the day or get you through your working life. When you walk out the door, and I've seen this, they're not going to get a hold of you or things like that. So just don't dwell on that stuff. Don't keep the phone numbers of the people that aren't going to reach you or are going to try, or you think are supposed to keep track of you, and they don't. Move on. They're kind of like exes too, right? When you think, maybe not in a bad way. It's just, a different time in your life. You've moved into retirement. Now it's a different time. Those people are behind you, much the same as exes or the used cars I spoke about. Now, I watch a lot of pre-retirement, things like that, to avoid any problems I may have going into. I'm trying to, simplify it. Shuck it off. Sorry if I burp here and there. I've had some jalapenos this morning and they're, running back south of the border out my nose. But anyway, that's gross, but whatever. You get the idea. Let's take a look at, now we covered the exes part. Now let's take a look at some of the hobbies. And this kind of is an ex thing too, right? The hobbies you're doing while you're working, be it building cars or things like that. They're kind of, sometimes they're money holes. You know what I mean? They take a lot of money and and going into retirement, you may not have those funds available. So you have to get rid of those. What can you simplify in pre-retirement? What can you dwindle away from? What can you stick with a hobby? What hobby could you keep that it isn't a constant money hole? I tend to stick with stuff like this, my cameras or, this is kind of a new thing here, making these videos as I go into retirement. I'm trying to simplify that, get rid of the X's. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it, you talking some sort of hypocrisy here or some kind of thing? You keep all the old problems around just so you can keep complaining about the old problems? Is it just me that sees that as, I got rid, you get rid of like I said, the old car thing again, to get rid of the problems, but you don't keep it around just so you can keep talking about the problems or keep complaining. I don't know. I suppose we all do it in certain phases of our lives. We keep things around and we should shuck them off, and we don't. I'm probably guilty of that too. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys see the videos like I do? Do you see that? Do you see the people that do these? Is it, sometimes it's tough to get rid of the old habits or whatever, and they're bad for you. Hey, this could be even like eating too many, Cheetos for a living, or not for a living, but eating too many Cheetos to the point it's detrimental to your health. Do you keep, they're bad for you, you keep eating the Cheetos, but yet you're really just, you like the Cheetos, but you're keeping them around just so you can complain about eating the Cheetos and how they affect your life rather than just get rid of them. I know it's not easy on any of these things. But circling back here to the beginning, with exes, I always get rid of them. Just get rid of them. There's no point in keeping contact anymore. You minus the kid or a business arrangement. Just be done with them. Um, it's not fair to the next person in your life that has to fight your old ghosts, and it's not fair to you. And you surely look like a fool on the internet if you keep this ex around and they keep hassling you into your new life without them years later. You look like the fool, not them for bothering you, you for entertaining it. What do you think? I'm Jeff in Ohio.